The Madhya Pradesh Home Minister has sought a lookout circular against controversial filmmaker Leena Manimekalai. The ruling BJP says this is a deliberate provocation, not only for what it describes as cheap publicity, but also to create communal tension in India. The filmmaker claims the largest democracy has deteriorated to the largest hate machine that wants to censor her. On India First, we ask, does freedom of expression include the right to insult Hindus? I'm Gaurav Sawant. Let's get started with the headlines on India First. Complaints mount against TMC MP Mahua Moitra for her controversial remarks on Ma Kali. The Bajrang Dal files a complaint in Assam. Delhi BJP demands Mahua Moitra's arrest. After smoking Kali poster, filmmaker Leena Manimekalai tweets a smoking Shiva and Durga images, calls India a hate machine. Dramatic rescue caught on camera in Jamnagar in Gujarat. School children stuck in a bus in flood water have been brought out of trouble to safety. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann ties the knot with long-time friend Gurpreet Kaur at a Gurdwara in Chandigarh. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal plays father of the groom, blesses the newlywed couple. Boris Johnson steps down as UK Prime Minister after multiple scandals and mass cabinet resignations. Rishi Sunak in contention to be the next British Prime Minister. News coming in from the Enforcement Directorate. Raids are being carried out at 40 different locations linked to Vivo mobile company. Now, there are money laundering allegations against this company. The Enforcement Directorate says the phone maker remitted almost 50% of its turnover, which is more than 62,000 crore rupees, 62,476 crore rupees to China. Enforcement Directorate says Vivo wanted to avoid paying taxes here in India. The Enforcement Directorate has seized funds worth 465 crore kept in 119 bank accounts and other entities. They've also recovered 73 lakh rupees in cash and 2 kilograms of gold bars during these raids at multiple locations. However, the Chinese directors of this company, Vivo directors, remain untraced despite several search operations being carried out. China, of course, has reacted to these raids, saying India's frequent investigations disrupt business and damage goodwill. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan, joining us for more on this big story. Geeta, more than China being impacted with and talking about goodwill, the question remains violation of law. These officers, these officials of Vivo are alleged to have sent more than 62,000 crore rupees to China. Their aim was not to pay taxes in India. What more do we know of the raids, the case and the diplomatic fallout?
Well, Gaurav, I could just catch the last bit of your question, but a very important development with regards to Vivo India, the Chinese company operating out of India, and the massive Enforcement Directorate searches and raids underway, ongoing with regards to Vivo and Vivo's functioning in India. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Arindam Bagchi, to a question on this, very clearly said that all companies, foreign companies included, will have to toe and adhere to the laws of the land, and anybody in violation will be taken to account by the administration and by the authorities. While details have not been shared when it comes to the Ministry of External Affairs looking at Chinese officials fleeing India, because he said that they've not been informed by the authorities, that is the Home Ministry authorities or ED officials. If at all it comes to their notice, they will be taking up the matter with China. But for now, very serious development with regards to how Chinese companies have been operating in India, and the fact that reports of Chinese officials having fled India is indeed a serious matter. And once there is coordination between the ED authorities and MEA, the matter will be taken up with China, with Beijing.
Geeta Mohan, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Keep tracking that story. I will come to you for more. Controversial filmmaker Leena Manimekalai's film Kali may have been taken down at the Aga Khan Museum in Canada given the massive outrage the filmmaker continues to provoke. She's put out another picture, several complaints, FIRs and a lookout circular. We are being told that this lookout circular at airports is to ensure that people don't think they can get away with insulting and violating the law. On the other hand, the question that is being asked, is this an attack on freedom of expression, an attempt to censor independent filmmakers? Or is this an attempt to send out a clear message? Freedom of expression does not include the right to insult Hindus.
First, a controversial film poster on goddess Kali, showing the deity revered by Hindus smoking a cigarette. Facing a massive backlash, protests and multiple FIRs, filmmaker Leena Manimekalai has remained defiant, combative and aggressive. On Thursday, she came out with yet another controversial post showing a man and woman, folk dancers dressed as Shiva and Parvati, smoking. Her detractors saw red. BJP and Hindu groups held multiple protests. Several BJP netas and activists have sought the suspension of Leena Manimekalai's Twitter account for repeatedly insulting Hindu gods and goddesses, they claim.
हम मध्य प्रदेश सरकार की ओर से केंद्र को पत्र लिखने जा रहे हैं कि एक LOC जारी करें, वो लुकआउट सर्कुलर होता है ये लीना मणिमेकलाई जी के खिलाफ, क्योंकि अब वो जो कर रही हैं वो जानबूझ के कर रही हैं, ऐसा प्रतीत होता है.
This is not about creative expression. This is clearly about targeting one community, one faith, and saying that this is, in our terms, secularism means abusing Hindus, and this is our right and we shall do it.
In the name of creativity and the freedom of speech, what the people has been doing, they are making a derogatory statements and derogatory pictures, posted derogatory pictures against the other religious community. It is not only about Hindu community. I am talking about every community. It should be stopped.
But amidst the wrath and protests, Leena remains unfazed, firing a series of salvos on her social media accounts. Sitting in Canada, she calls India the largest hate machine out to censor her, terming the outrage against her an overdrive by trolls on the BJP payrolls, unaware of how folk artists relax, and claiming bigotry by the Sangh Parivar can never ensure Hindutva to become India. Has the filmmaker, in her zeal to defend herself, started defaming India and using free speech simply to provoke? Bureau Report, India Today.
Is free speech being used to provoke? When filmmakers talk of freedom of expression, why is it that these creative liberties are only taken with Hindus? When certain leaders describe what God means to them, why is it only Hindu deities? Is there a fear of Sartan se juda if they dare to take such liberties with other religions, faiths and beliefs? Joining me on India First is Priyanka Tibrewal, leader of the BJP in Bengal, an advocate. Nasir Abdullah is an actor. Kunika Sadanand is a lawyer and an actor. Nasir Abdullah, I want to begin by asking you, sir. FIRs, lookout circulars, police complaints. Sir, is this sending out a message to creative personalities to fall in line? Is this the correct approach, or is this intimidation?
Okay, there are two things that actually come to my mind at the moment, and they have been on my mind for a few days, and I've been saying them, and I'll say them differently to you. Here's the deal. This lady who has put up the poster with the disturbing visual, which has really caused a huge reaction and a backlash, I think one should know, since she is the culprit here, she needs to be asked, she needs to be hauled up, maybe by the Indian ambassador in Canada, and say, what are you trying to do? What is the purpose of doing this? Because it's hurting our people, etc., etc. What is happening is we are discussing among half a dozen other people what she might have thought, what she's doing, does she have the right or not, etc. Which is, anyway, the fact remains she's in the West, and by Western law, and she's a Sri Lankan or whatever, and by Western law, you can't touch her. Apparently, the Prime Minister of Canada has been asked to take action. He hasn't. And now, what are we left with? And I'm saying it is wrong. She didn't realize, and obviously, or she realized and she's doing it deliberately. I don't know. Maybe there is a message. Maybe she has been through some horrible problems with some people who were believers, whatever. Next thing, about Mahua. I don't think an FIR can be launched against her, and I think we should have a lawyer here, and I think we do.
We have lawyers, but we'll come to that point. Sir, my questions are very pointed. I'd request you to keep your answers very specific. Sir,
Mahua said,
sir, my question is very specific. Request you to keep your answers specific.
No, but I want to make a statement first about Mahua. Mahua said what she knew, what she had heard about the reverence to this goddess. Simple. She did not offend anybody. She didn't throw any obscenity. She didn't say anything wrong about the Kali Devi.
Fair enough.
And Kali and Kali Ma is known. She is the transformation
I am
from Durga
on
to
Leena
Kali.
Manimekalai, and I'm on filmmakers. I mean, you hear as a filmmaker from the film fraternity, this right to insult. Why is it only right to insult Hindus, their faiths, their beliefs?
No.
Is there a fear of Sartan se juda if you do it somewhere else?
I don't
but
know if
let
it
me
is.
take this to Kanika Sadanand.
We need to find out.
Kanika Sadanand,
We need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Do you agree with Leena Manimekalai that the largest democracy has actually deteriorated to the largest hate machine, and that this is an attempt to censor her?
Okay, may I speak? Thank you for having me on my show, Gaurav. This is the first time I'm on your show. So I want to say, first of all, that as Nasir Saab just said, Mahua Moitra spoke about her religious beliefs and her offerings that she has seen, or she does, or the way she performs her religion. With regards to Leena Manimekalai, I already said before that that poster was very distasteful, and I think it shows creative bankruptcy, and it should not have been there. Now that she's aggravating the situation by putting up more posters, then the law should take its course. Because I believe any religion, whether it's Hindu, Muslim, Christianity, Sikhism, anything, has to be respected. And each one must have the freedom to observe and propagate their religion the way they want. Now, with regards to Nupur Sharma, when we speak, because there's a lot of comparisons happening, Nupur Sharma
my debate today is restricted.
To insult the Prophet.
Okay. It is on Leena Manimekalai.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So let's stay on the specific.
Sorry, Gaurav, I'm coming back.
Leena Manimekalai, has she crossed the Lakshman Rekha? Is this creative liberty, or is this deliberately to provoke Hindus?
I said it's creative bankruptcy.
It's creative bankruptcy. Priyanka Tibrewal, your take on the poster depicting Ma Kali smoking a cigarette. Is this freedom of expression? TMC MP Mahua Moitra at India Today conclave said Ma Kali for her is meat-eating, alcohol-accepting goddess. Your take, ma'am.
See, not at all. This is not a matter of pride, although I have seen that again today another picture has been posted by the filmmaker, and again another tweet from Mahua Mitra where they are taking pride in doing what they are doing because they feel that this is one community, this is one culture, the Hindus will tolerate because they are very tolerant. They feel that we are secular, and in that race they can do away with anything they want to do. I heard Mr. Abdullah saying that, no case can be made out against Mahua Mitra. No, sir. An FIR can be registered against her under section 295A, where she has done acts which has outraged the religious feelings and beliefs of a particular community. And she has done that intentionally, deliberately. When She is an educated person and she knows that very well, that at what stage and what is the timing now, at what bridge the country is going through.
Okay.
Over there, if acts like this have been done, these were intentional. What
Okay,
did she
give
say?
me a moment.
She said,
Kanika
Kali, according
Sadanand wants to
her, is
respond.
alcohol
Kanika
drinking.
Sadanand, you had your hand up. Okay, let Priyanka Tibrewal finish. And Kanika Sadanand, I'm coming to you. Let's keep everyone on air. Go on, please finish, ma'am.
So she said that Kali, according to her, is an alcohol accepting and meat eating god. So here there is a clear indication where she is saying that anybody can imagine Kali as cigarette smoking also, and there is no harm in that. So who is giving you the freedom and this thin line which you call your freedom of speech? You have to understand you are an educated person representing a political party on a public platform. That what you are saying is going and hurting feelings of many in the country.
Okay.
You are rather inciting.
You're saying this is inciting. Okay.
Intimidating.
Kanika Sadanand, okay, Kanika Sadanand, you had your hand up. You wanted to respond to this point. And the question I have is there a pattern? Is there a pattern? Can Leena Moneymakers of this world dare to show deities of other faiths and beliefs smoking on camera? Or do they realize if they dare to do that, they'll either be running to courts of law or for their lives?
I want to respond to Priyanka ji, first of all. 295A is when you have an aggravated form of insult towards anybody's religious belief. Mahua Moitra did not have any aggravated form of insult, or she did not commit any aggravated form of insult, and neither did she create any riots or anything that's happening, which needless to say, it should not happen. There should be no riots, I hope not. Coming to the second point, how you believe in your God or how you depict your God or how you, definitely you have a right to do that, okay, you have religious freedom. Putting up a poster showing Kali like that is despicable. It's not in good taste. At the same time, I have the right to perceive my God the way I have it. I might not have the right to propagate it openly or in public, okay? I have the right to offer my God whatever I have, I want. And you do know that in this country, we do offer alcohol and we do offer sacrifices of animal sacrifices to various gods in various parts of the country. Every 300 kilometers as you go, everybody depicts their god. Even Krishna is depicted in different ways. Shiva is depicted in different ways. Vishnu is depicted in different ways. Ma Kali and Parvati are depicted in different ways. Every 300 kilometers of this country. Having said that, I want to say, mythology is everybody's personal truth.
Okay.
It does not have... A fact is everybody's truth.
No, my point is restricted only to Hindus.
What you said about,
only Hindus.
Yes, Gaurav. No. Gaurav, Hinduism is a philosophy. It's not a religion. I'm a Lingayat. Lingayats broke away in the 12th century from Hinduism because of the aggression and the way the practices were, the Brahmins and the way they used to practice it. And we started calling ourselves Shudras. We said we are not Brahmins, even though we broke away from the Brahmins, because we fought against the religious practices. Having said that, I want to also say, yes, my country is becoming a country of hate. And that's unfortunate.
That is because Hindus are standing up for their rights. It becomes a country of hate.
And I do not,
you know,
we must stand up.
I want to understand. Okay, Priyanka Tibrewal wants to respond to you. Just because Hindus stand up for their rights, you know,
we're dividing the country and we believe that there's only one form of belief, which is what the BJP propagates, which I don't agree.
Now,
is this only BJP or is this Hindus that right? Okay, respond, Priyanka Tibrewal.
I will again say that FIRs can be registered against Mahua Mitra, because they can be registered against Nupur Sharma, because when the FIRs were registered, until then no riots had taken place. And what she is saying that it was not intentional, of course it was intentional, because the topic of discussion in the debate was the picture of Kali being shown, and which was not accepted by a community because it was hurting their feelings. She added more fuel to the fire. She added more fuel to the fire with her deliberate intention to wound the religious feelings. Now I would also say that this is not the first time. Like Ms. Kulika said, that it is just a belief, it is just a belief, it is just philosophy. Now that is what I'm saying, that they are getting this kind of liberalist attitude only for Hinduism, where they question the existence of our god and goddesses. They question that whether Ram existed or not. They question to our freedom of our religion. So all this can be done by them only against Hindus. Why not against some other community? Do they have the audacity and guts to go and question
Because,
this,
madam,
or to
one
show such
second, madam.
pictures of gods and goddesses
Gaurav
of some
ji,
other
Okay.
Christian
Gaurav ji,
religion?
Okay,
in
Kanika
the
Saranan wants to
Muslim
respond.
religion,
Okay, ma'am.
Gaurav ji, in the
Please respond,
Muslim
ma'am.
religion, there is no Buddha puja, there is no painting, there is no pictures. So whose pictures are you going to depict?
Because
They don't
if you
believe
try,
in
there'll
Buddha
be
puja, they
Sartan
don't-
Sajuda.
That's why you don't
If you
have,
try
you don't
with
have
any other
anybody
religion,
depicting them.
even in Christianity, if you try and show them in poor light, you will be apologizing to every church.
No religion. I'm saying no religion should be shown in poor light.
No,
We
then,
must respect all
why is this
religions.
creative
Why are we
liberty
doing
taken
this
only
to our
with
country?
Hindus?
Correct.
Why is this, why is
Because
this
why
narrative
does
of Republic of Hate being created only because Hindus are standing up and say you dare not insult my religion anymore? Enough
No,
is
no, no,
enough.
no.
Freedom of
But Nasir
creativity
Abdullah,
in MS Hussein's
freedom of
pictures,
expression
where
cannot be
he
right to insult
painted
Hindus.
nude god and goddesses of Hindus. Why? That
Arey
freedom was
madam,
only given for
we-
Hindus. Hindus god and
Why
goddesses pictures
Hindu
painted by
Pakistan-
MS Hussain
India,
nude.
Pakistan
Why?
की
May I
लड़ाई,
speak for a
ये
minute?
सब
Of course,
फिर
Nasir
उसके
Abdullah,
वापस
you
जाएंगे
must,
May I
because this
speak for a
creative
minute?
license, this creative license that our film industry
Can
takes,
I? Yes.
why is it? It's only a
Yeah,
one-way
yeah.
street, sir.
Yeah, this is... I don't know about the one-way thing. I don't want to think about it because I can see, I mean, what is happening. Two things are very clear to me, okay? If Leena was an Indian citizen or in India, she would have by now removed the poster, apologized, and changed whatever she had to. The point is that she's in a safe haven whereby by Western law she's allowed to express her feelings so long as they're not horribly obscene, etc. That's one thing. So we understand that. Right now, she's in a position where she can fool around and she can look for
So you're saying
cheap
she's fooling
publicity,
around.
whatever
She's
after,
fooling around
I
for
do
cheap
not know.
publicity.
We should find that out from her.
Okay.
About
No, hold on. No, but Priyanka
Same thing,
Tibrewal.
same
No,
thing.
I want a
You're
solution.
repeating what
I
I'm
want a
saying.
solution.
Mahua,
I want to
Mahua,
figure out.
Mahua,
I want to figure
Mahua.
out a solution.
You
Hold
need,
on, Nasir
you need
Abdullah.
to get,
I have 30
you need
seconds.
to get Mr. Sanjay. No. You need to get Mr. Sanjay Hegde. You need to get Mr. Sanjay Hegde, not a BJP spokesperson, to say
Hold on.
under what sections she can be charged.
Sir,
My
that we'll see
friend,
what happens
I
in
don't
courts of
think it
law.
works because
We'll
she
see
did
what
not
happens in
insult
courts
her.
of law.
She
We are a
didn't say anything.
democracy.
Hang
But hold on.
She didn't
Hold
say
on.
anything
See,
obscene.
Mahua Mitra
Hang on.
We are talking about
Hang
Leena
on.
Manimeklai. You know,
Hang
my
on.
question
She
is
didn't say
Leena
anything
Manimeklai.
obscene.
You
She
go to
didn't say anything
Mahua Motra.
derogatory.
I want to
She
understand
didn't
why.
put down-
I want to
she
understand
didn't
why.
put down the
Are you trying to
goddess.
give cover
Don't
fire
speak
to
over
Leena
me.
Manimeklai?
Don't speak
Is
over
that
me.
the strategy?
Don't speak
Is
over
that
me.
the strategy?
She was
Hold
not
on. I
obscene.
have last
She
30
never
seconds.
cast
Can
any-
India
any
take any
demeaning-
legal action? I want
you
Priyanka
want
Tibrewal.
to have the last word.
I am
You
the
don't let
anchor. I
other
will have the
people
last
speak.
word.
No,
But
no.
that's beside
don't,
the point, sir.
Don't speak. No,
Sir,
don't speak.
Sir,
Don't
I will have the last
like
word.
You know
but
it all.
30 seconds.
You,
Only
why
Priyanka
don't you
Tibrewal.
as an anchor
Priyanka
is
Why I say
Tibrewal.
that
Can India
Mahua
do anything
Mitra
legally?
continues doing, and she takes pride in doing what she's doing, and she continues doing with her tweet today also, where she said patriarchal, Brahmanical, a view of Hinduism. Now I will say halala, three talaq, and no entry of women in the mosque. Is all this are not patriarchal?
No,
but you
but
do not have the guts to speak on that.
But what
you
can
do
India
not have
do
the guts
legally?
to speak on that.
Her
Because,
film has been taken down.
because
Her film has been taken down.
She never cast any
Okay.
aspirations. What did Nupur
Okay.
Sharma
It
say? I don't even know. I don't even
Okay,
know what
I've
Nupur
run out of
Sharma
time.
said as yet.
I've run out of
What-
time on this part of the show. But for joining me on this India First special, many thanks. I do want to leave our viewers with this question. Think about it. Creative license, creativity, is it all restricted only in one direction, aimed only in one direction? Is that fair?